Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ben 10,000 of yugioh, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero, and today, guys, I've got a viewer requested deck profile for you guys. So basically, this comes from my Facebook group, the Legion of Yu-Gi-Oh Superheroes. If you're interested in that, make sure that you check. I believe it's either going to be in the description or the pinned comment down below, one or the other. If you guys are interested in having your own suggestions for the channel made, the best place for you to take a swing at it is go to the Legion of Yu-Gi-Oh Superheroes on Facebook. If you join the group, you're also welcome. If you're also a small creator, you're also welcome to share your videos there, that kind of thing. We're just making another place for people to share ideas and decks. And guess what? If you're viewing this, you're invited. So make sure that you come over and check it out. So if you're new to this area, to the way I do things, we have a little discussion at the front, some replay footage in the middle, and then I'm gonna have. We're going to do things a little different. Normally, you guys would see the deck profile on the screen, but this time, I'm going to give it to you in real life. So here you go. Let's go check out that replay footage. It's about to get magical in here. Alright, as promised, guys, here is the deck. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the physical deck in an old school deck profile way. So obviously this is a Dark Magician deck. So obviously you got to have 3 DM. Really, obviously he's the centerpiece. And our fourth Dark Magician, the Magician of Dark Illusion. Also, guys, I'm sorry if I sound nasally. I am still suffering from allergies. Alright, so this is where the viewer request comes into play, because I had a viewer request Tenyi Dark Magician. So now that I have triple Vishuda, as you guys I'm sure saw from the mail opening video, there you go. There's your Vishuda. This card is just flat out busted. I mean, literally just controlling a non-effect monster, then bouncing problem cards. Grade A spice. Alright. 2 Apprentice Illusion Magicians. This is to get to Dark Magician. You need her for that very purpose. She's also a bit of a hand trap that does come up from time to time. We have another Tenyi monster. This is Mapura. This Tenyi monster is a little bit serves a different purpose. Basically, if a non-effect monster is targeted, you can banish and negate the effect and destroy the card that it was targeting. So you'd be surprised how often that actually comes into play. And then we have the Stratos of the deck, Magician's Rod. This searches off all of our key spells and traps to get our Dark Magician on the field. And then our last Tenyi monster is Adara. Basically, this card serves two purposes. It is a tuner, level 1 tuner, for our one synchro monster. So it provides that one purpose there. It also allows us to recycle a banished Vishuda. So basically, this card is banished. You get to put this card, banish this guy, get this guy back, and then you get to do it again. So basically, you can kind of think of this card as a fourth copy of Vishuda. Now we're gonna clean up the monsters here real quick. There's only 14 monsters because Dark Magician just doesn't do well with a high monster count, unfortunately. So we have a low monster count. We're to our spell cards. One Upstart Goblin. Triple. See, I did warn you guys, some of the cards would not be the same rarity. Dark Magic Circle. This card is busted. Think of this card as our Pot of Duality, which we still have the power to special summon. We also get to set up the cards. So let's say you reveal a Dark Magician card, you get to add it, and then you get to set up your draw for the next turn, assuming it doesn't change. And if it does change, it doesn't matter, because that's another thing we'll know to do, whether we want to change that or not. Dark Magic Attack, Harpy's Feather Duster, searchable, very good. Illusion Magic, another way to get to Dark Magician. Triple Allure of Darkness, you don't always need Vishuda right away, so that's a good one. Or we can get rid of extra Dark Magicians we don't need. I have Timaeus. I don't know what Konami was thinking, but this card, in my opinion, should be searchable by anything that searches Dark Magician cards. But for some reason, Konami, in their infinite wisdom, decided to say Dark Magician Monster in the card text instead of Dark Magician. So there's that stupid ruling. Sometimes Konami just needs somebody else to tell them how to run their game. Just saying. Namely me. That's not facetious at all, is it? Triple Super Poly. This card is absolutely busted, especially for a deck that is... Look, we want to go first primarily, but this card is good going to help us if we have to go second. That card is a board breaker. Alright, now I'm going to take the spells out of here. Now we need the trap cards. Some more non-uniformity. Here we have Judgment, Solemn Judgment. This is our only Solemn card in here. We have a fourth Solemn Judgment in... Fist of the Unrivaled Tenyi. So basically we run 4. I mean, to be honest with you guys, I would rather swap it if I could. Swap it. I'd rather have 3 of this and 1 solemn of this. But, you know, things don't always work out the way I want them to. So I decided, so I use what I have. And this isn't bad. I just don't like paying the life points because it does come up. And especially if you decide you want to play this at a tournament. One, I wouldn't recommend it, but 2, if you're going to do it anyway, I would play more of this over this, and the reason is because this is going to cost you life points, and that's going to cost you in time. 1 skill drain. This card is absolutely mean, especially if you get a big monster out there, and then your opponent just kind of can't get around it, especially if they're a monster heavy deck. Eternal Soul. This card is basically Protect Dark Magician, and it's another +1 card. It's also the Call of the Haunted, so that's really useful there. Another one is Navigation. This is just a free Dark Magician, plus if you have one in your hand, plus another card. It's just another plus card, and also in the graveyard, it's a Spell and Trap Negation, so that's really useful. And last but not least, this is my personal tech for this particular deck, Starlight Road. The reason why is because with Lightning Storm going around and Twin Twisters going around, people are going to be trying to get rid of your Eternal Soul, and your board is so fragile because we have to play Eternal Soul, because Konami in their infinite wisdom built a nuclear board clause in that card. Again, this is another thing where I'm kind of mad at Konami because, you know, I love the Dark Magician, but I hate the nonsense that comes with the Dark Magician deck. Namely, like, Timaeus not being a Dark Magician card and, you know, Eternal Soul blowing up my board. I hate that. I really... somebody at R&D needs to be fired. That's all I'm going to say on that front. So to kind of combat the loss of that, the idea here is we play Starlight Road because there's a lot of cards that wipe the board, and this also can protect your board if they destroy if you have more than one monster in the field. This will protect your Eternal Soul from blowing it up as well. That's another thing. So because it doesn't stop my opponent just destroying cards, I can stop my own. So thankfully, if Eternal Soul goes away and it would wipe out 2 more of my monsters, I can flip this, save my monsters, and then get a Stardust Dragon to back it up. And then we have, and by the way, this is all for like MR5, so just, so things look a little odd. Alright, then we have Dark Magician the Dragon Knight and Dark Cavalry. These are our Eye of Timaeus targets. There's a reason for this, because they are also super poly targets. Warriors and dragons are some of the most powerful, not powerful, but prominent types in the game, especially online, because you will come across decks that play warriors, and this is just a good super poly target that way. More super poly targets, Starving Venom, Dark Monsters are also very prominent. This one is especially prominent right now because Shaddolls are high ranking prominence, so Predaplant, Dragostopelia. Then we have Mud Dragon of the Swamp. This is just, for the odd matchups that you'll come across, where you'll just need 2 monsters of the same attribute but a different type, and this kind of guy can kind of help submit that. We have to play something different. Our 1 Synchro Stardust Dragon. You can make this with Vishuda and the level 1 Tenyi, or you can just simply make this with Starlight Road. It doesn't really matter. That its sole purpose is to protect Eternal Soul. Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. It can't be destroyed when Eternal Soul gets destroyed. And it's a burn card. That's the only reason we're playing it. Big Eye, because taking stuff from the opponent is good. Ebon, banishing and from summoning a Dark Magician is good. Ebon High, I have no idea. It's just another. You could replace this with another Ebon illusion if you want, or a Draco Sack. It's just up to you on that one. I went with it because if he gets destroyed, you get to special summon a Dark Magician or a Dark Spellcaster monster from the hand to the deck and destroy a card. That seemed pretty good to me. Norito, the Moral Leader. This is the off chance that we have to combine our 2 Apprentice Magicians which also can lead us to make Ebon High here. And it's also a Spell and Trap Negator, so that's really useful in that aspect. And then we'll come over to the Link monsters, and you'll notice a theme fairly quick. Berserker, Lan, Wii, and Monk. 3 of these guys are obviously non-effect monsters. So basically, if you have your Tenyis in the graveyard and any one of these 3's on the field, you can also climb if you wanted to. If you had the ability, like if you just off chance you drew all 3 of your different Tenyi monsters, you can literally just special, make special another, make this one special another, make this one, and then your graveyard's loaded with protection for this guy or field removal. We also are playing the Wee Witch because it's just 2 dark monsters. Now, the reason why we're playing it is it's a spellcaster, and if it gets destroyed, we get to add a card back that's a dark monster, so that you can get back your Vishuda or your Rod. It also, if you have your Rod in the graveyard, you contribute this to get the Rod back, so you get another search on the following turn. So there you have it, guys. This is Dark Magician Tenyi. This came from the Legion of Yu-Gi-Oh! Superheroes Facebook group. This is one of my members, Edgar, if you're watching. So there's your shout out. Also, shout out to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zombie Queen. I'm sure if you guys noticed in some of the replay footage, she was one of my challengers, helping me get replay footage for this deck. So go give her a thumbs up and go tell her I sent you. Anyway, guys, I've been 2000 yugioh. I'm your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.